Yeah. Okay, so fellas, you better stop worrying about these chicks showing their ass. And they lace fronts, and they want Birkin bags, and they worry about the type of money you got. Ladies, you need to get your head together. Stop worrying about what these celebrities have, okay? Because half of these celebrities are using their money for the wrong shit. Our money don't even matter pretty soon. Our money don't even want to matter. It doesn't even matter how much money you got in the bank, because that ain't going to be how we buy and sell and survive. Keep playing. You better wake up. Quit worrying about your lace fronts and your money, and you're worried about the green to go in your pocket. You really worry about the green that should be growing out in your backyard. Okay, well, the leaves in your windowsill. Learn how to garden, learn some survival skills, and get your life together and wake up. Find somebody that's woke, not rich.
Right, so I like to say Barak Yahweh, Barak Shah, Barak Yahweh, Barak Shah, Bahashem Rakahakadash. Double ones to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. Right, so yeah, man, the scriptures tell you to wake up ye women that are at ease, right? Matter of fact, we're gonna get that right now. Right? Salakia, bear with me for a second here. Right, so this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 9. And the scripture says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice." Right? And how are you going to hear the Lord's voice? By way of his prophets. Right? And his prophets are going to be giving out that warning. Judgment is coming. And ultimately, you women, you make up the majority of the pie chart, man. 66.6% of the so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans are going to die. Why? Because, again, you rather seek for the things of the world than to seek after Yahweh Shah. The scripture says, if ye seek me, ye shall live. When you go to the book of Amos, chapter, I want to say that's Amos chapter, actually, let's get it. That's Amos chapter 5, verse 4. It says, "For thus saith the Lord unto the house of Israel, seek ye me, and ye shall live." So if you seek after Yahweh Shah, you're going to live. But if you seek after the wages of this world, then you're only looking forward into being put to death at the end of the day, because this world ain't got nothing for you, man. Yeah, you women, you could turn around and go to college, get a college education, get a job making a $70,000, $80,000 to $100,000 a year, but you're $200,000-$300,000 in debt, right? And then eventually, the economy here is gonna flatline, man. There's way too many experts that's talking about how bad it's gonna get. Many of them is talking about it's gonna get even worse than 2008 when that crash happened. So just imagine now you got this debt consistently accumulating, man. And I mentioned this before, you got people maxing out their credit cards in order to buy household goods. When before, people would just use a little bit of the credit card in order to build their credit. Now they're like swipe, and they're just swiping it. Because at this point, you are in a dire situation when you ain't got a lot of people working. There's not enough money going into the economy. They're consistently printing out money, right? And when you're constantly printing out money, what happens? It devalues the money, right? So again, Isaiah 39 and Isaiah 39 and Salaki. Bear with me for a second here. Salakia. Isaiah 32 and 9. And the scripture says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. From my voice, ye careless daughters." Right? You a bunch of careless daughters. All you worry about is making that damn paycheck. It's getting that money. So what she's saying is actually accurate, man. Right? It's all right for you to be planting vegetables and things like that, even though according to America, it's illegal. But if you're gonna plant, then plant plant some vegetables, because eventually you're not going to be able to go to your grocery store and get food. And she said pretty much the way you buy and sell is going to change, because that's in the book of Revelations. Matter of fact, let's get it real quick. Let's get it. Because the way you buy and sell will change, man. Right? This is Revelations 13:16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. And that word mark there is a charagma, which means incision, right? In their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that have the charagma, the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here's the wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, man. So yeah, you know, your whole world is gonna flip on you. Your whole perception of reality is gonna change. It's not gonna be normal, everyday normality like you think it is now. It's gonna change any day, right? So real quick, let me grab this. The book of Ecclesiasticus 12:3, right? Because she said your money is going to be worthless, right? Ecclesiasticus 12:3. And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. And the grinders cease because they are few. So eventually, all that, you know, hard work, what you call hard work and effort, and going to college, writing down a 2,000 word paragraph, 2,000 word paragraphs, you know, and all that madness they be having you study, eventually all of that is going to be done for nothing. It's really done for nothing now, right? That shit was probably good to do back in the, you know, 50s and the 60s and the 70s, but living in a time like this, it ain't good to do, because now everybody in a dire situation and trying to get a job, and then, you know, the people who have jobs and making a considerable amount of money, they have to get, you know, the jab in order to keep their positions. And the majority of the time, if you are working at a job where you getting paid a lot of money, you're gonna get the jab, because you're not gonna want to give up all that you have. You end up losing that job. What do you think that's gonna happen? You lose that job, and you lose that house, you lose that car, right? You lose everything. You're gonna have to sell it all in order to keep some type of to keep yourself in some type of living situation. So you women, man, you women that's here comfortable in America, your whole perception of reality is about to crash on you. So again, and that day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Because what do you think that's going to happen? You're going to be stuck in your homes, thinking of ways to pay that monthly rent, thinking of ways to do things, right? You got Esau over here building industries with robots that can deliver, that can get ready over 5,000 packages, man, in less than a couple hours. So that's Esau getting rid of the workforce, you people. Because with these devils, it's better for them to have robots than to have people, because robots isn't going to need days off. All they're going to need is mechanical work done if they get stuck. But you people, you get a day off, or if you sick, you got to take a week off, 2 weeks off, but not with robots, man. So eventually, it's going to be hell on earth, man, especially for you women, because you're going to have to eventually go into survival mode. And you women, you're not built to go into survival mode. I remember watching Fresh and Fit, and there was a woman talking about how women can survive just like men if they had to go into survival mode. But you couldn't, man. You couldn't. Your mentality isn't built for survival mode. The only way you women survive is by way of your men. Because your man go out there and he does the hunting. He does all of these things. Now you can go buy a gun all day, but that gun jams up. Right? So when survival mode really does have to come into play, we'll see how far you women really get. Right? But other than that, I'm going to end it from there and say Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom.